Boom. We're live. We are live. We are live. I got Lefty the Great. I got DJ Bronze League. Wrong
That's
one.
what you call what's up?
What's up?
I'm trying to share this.
Yeah, I need to do the same. If you guys are just getting on, now is a great time to get on that social media. Take a little bit of gander on this link. Share it with all your homies. Let's get this party started.
All right. I haven't done a live podcast in quite some time.
And I've been trying to get you on here forever.
Yeah, every time you message me, I'm probably doing something or traveling somewhere. So, hey, can you come on Tuesday? Nah, I'll be traveling to this race. So it's been crazy, but I'm here and I'm sharing it. And everybody should share it too. What's up?
Yeah, let's see here.
Do we play the intro even though I'm not Chase?
Yeah, we'll play our intro. We got a little bit of a what you call a disclaimer we like to play because people get a little bit could get a little butthurt. There's a little butthurtness that happens on this show every now and then. So yeah, we're gonna dive right into that here in just a second. Let's see here.
We got in trouble this week too, last week too.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's do a little shout out here. What up, Derek Vanderhammer, Michael Knight? Oh, Yoshi on. He was on 15 minutes before we even went live. 20 minutes actually.
Oh, here's the comments.
Kevin Peterson, what's up? I don't know who Story Racing 387 is, but what up? Terry Brooklyn, Wayne RC, Sam Arsenault, Michael Webb, Michael Kreitz. What is up, guys? Help us out. Get this thing started. Go ahead and give it a little bit of share. That's what we need. You need a share soundbite there, Robert.
Sam Arsenault. He was in the chat at Wicked Weekend.
Nice.
He sent me a link to some coffee.
There's Mr. Elite RC Productions, Lance McDonald's. What's up, brother?
Lance.
Corey Jordan.
Taking a break, Lance.
He is taking a break. He's watching us.
He's tired like me. Probably not as tired as me because Lance doesn't stop. But he was tired. Remember, he left Monday. He's like, boys, I'm tired. I said, me too. But guess what? We got to drive 7 more hours. Thanks, Danny Paz.
It's always fun. Always fun. Let's see. Mike Woods, Mike Petroselli, Wayne RC, Grant Walker. What's up, guys? Mike Woods wants to know what's on the agenda tonight. Well, that's a good question. We were just talking about that. Normally when Chase and I get on here, we have a little bit of an agenda, but however, Chase is not with us tonight. He was very busy this week. We're going to give him the night off. And we are on Thursday because we were supposed to be on Tuesday night. And when Chase, I had to send him a computer and it didn't get there in time. So we missed our window. So we're doing this a little bit late. But yeah, we're still going to party. We're going to drink some beer. We're going to talk some RC. So the agenda is definitely going to be some big stuff, big racing that just happened. The Euros just happened in Italy at the Angara Ring. Wicked Weekend, the biggest crowd Wicked Weekend's ever had, just happened. We're going to talk a little bit about Lipo fires. Yep, a little bit about Lipo fires. So we definitely have a agenda. Drew Singer, he'll be the agenda. All right, guys, go ahead and share. I'm going to drop a little beat on this thing. We're going to get this thing started with the intro and a disclaimer. So join in. Let's have some fun. I got Lefty the Great with me. Here we go.
The following podcast is a group of people who will be talking shit, drinking, using cuss words and living their best lives. The opinions or views expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of their sponsors, supporters or anyone important outside of the four walls of the show. If you are not 18 or older, we suggest talking to your parents about this podcast before watching it and becoming scarred for life. We hope you will enjoy this and not get butthurt or become a keyboard warrior after taking it all in. Thank you for watching and supporting us on our journey.
What is up? We're live.
What?
If you listen
What
What's
is up? Lefty,
How's
so glad
everybody?
you're here, man. You're bringing in a whole new crowd to the Wheel and Trigger. Hopefully, we can convince some Wheel and Trigger crowd that doesn't already listen to the No Name RC podcast to join you, which is probably like not even existent. I'm sure everyone that listens to us listens to you.
Pretty much, I would say.
I would say so. But yeah, man. So you've been hitting it hard, dude. Like, how long
Mhm.
you were in the States? What, 3 weeks this stint?
Yeah, for 3 weeks. On the go, on the go, on the go. So we did your race, obviously, RC Pro-Am. As soon as I landed, we drove up to Lake Wakama, and we had fun at that race. It was hot though. It was really hot.
It was hot.
It was humid. And but it kind of petered off near the end. Then we went right back down to Lake City, quick turnaround to Indianapolis with Lance and his family, his wife and his son, and they took me on their family vacation to the Brickyard 400. So I want to say thank you to him, thank you to his wife and his son. Also, a big shout out to Danny Stockman. I'm rocking a Jesse Love hat.
That's a cool hat. I noticed that earlier. I like that hat.
Me too. I showed it to Stockman at Wiki Weekend. He's like, oh, I haven't even seen that one. I was like, it's badass. It's signed by the guy. So because of Stockman, we got to meet him. We got to sit up in the pit box. All that cool stuff. We had VIP pass and all that stuff. And then his driver got in an accident. Right. So I'm like, oh, my first NASCAR race where I got to see this. And the driver he got in an accident on the first lap and lost the front quarter panel, like the front part of his car, but still had the nose on there.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to listen to like Stockman coach that kid to a top 14 run. He's like, oh, you got a top 15 run. So that was fun Saturday. And then a big shout out to Mr. Greg Holland, who also got us some suite tickets. And we got to experience like being up in the suite and watching the race from up there. And it was nice, man. It was nice. And
awesome.
Yeah, so a big thank you to those guys and Lance's family. I had a blast. And then back on to we left Indianapolis 7:30 p.m. Sunday. Got to Wicked Weekend at 6:30, 6:30 a.m. on Monday. Dropped off the camper, drove to Lake City, we had to take the other camper up as well. And did all of that. Then Tuesday we was back up to Lake City, back up to Gainesville for that week for Wicked Weekend. Yeah. Then turn around Monday we drive from Gainesville, and I drive with Danny to Miami and fly home.
Traveling Tuesday. Circus, man, big time circus for you guys. And the Lance, the way he's got everything set up now to where I assume it's a little bit easier for you guys with the new rig and how you're setting stuff up. But it's really, really high tech. It's come a long way. You guys are definitely on the way to being able to service RC racing to the best ability. So it's really, really cool, man. I'm glad that you're getting experience. You got to experience a NASCAR race. I've not been to the Brickyard. I've been there for IndyCar. I've not been there for the NASCAR. So that's an amazing facility. Just the history and the voices inside that asphalt are some of the most prestigious.
I want to go to another race. I want to go to Daytona, and I want to go to other things. It's I don't really get to do much stuff outside of RC when I come on this trip, so it was nice to do something like that too.
That's one of the. I know you come to America quite a bit, but obviously America's so big. When you travel to these other places, you should definitely be if you're able to try to see a little. Like that's one of the things that I try to do whenever I travel abroad, or even to some of the races that have some other sites to see. Is take a few days to make sure. Bring it all in,
Yeah. When are you going to Spain? How long are you going to Spain for?
I leave on the 5th. We head there. There's there's a team of Ultimate guys that are going to be there a couple days early. They are staging some testing there day before, so a group of us are going there to test, and I'll be there through the whole thing. Then I go back to Barcelona Monday after Worlds and hang out with Modelix for a couple days before I come home. So Sweet. I'll be there for a couple weeks.
Sweet. Shout out to Modelics and Ultimate. They actually came on as part of the NNRC World's coverage for that. Roger came on.
Nice,
So I was happy
nice.
about that.
Well, I mean, look at what they're doing. I mean, we're going to go into all this, but I mean, the brands. I'm very biased and very proud of what we're doing. But between Dakota dominating with the engines and fuel, you've got Canas running the fuel and a lot of
Mhm.
Ultimate products on his car. They had Sanchez made the finals on the pro circuit tires at the Euros, that which we're getting ready to launch a team here in the United States. We've been selling them for a long time, but we're just now ready to really start pushing. There's that company has got a lot of great products, and it's really showing, and we have a lot of the best racers in the world using them right now.
Sweet. It's a lot of work, right? People don't understand how much work it is. When you work in this industry, it's a lot of work to do anything in here and do it right. So
To do it right, that's the key word right there.
Yep.
I mean, anybody can throw a little money at something, or anybody can get some cheap stuff made or whatever, but to do it right from the ground up, make sure you got the right people in place. That's the hard stuff to do, and you got to believe in the process for sure.
absolutely. Hey, it's Dustin Spallerne's in her. Dustin's been he's doing monster trucks now. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's been doing
Full
that for a
time.
couple of years, man. That dude is
How about full time now?
yeah,
Oh yeah, so he's doing that and is learning how to drive them and all that stuff.
Spallone.
So, Dirty D, Mike Scorchy, Kyosho to the top. Almost at Wicked Weekend. Little Bump was very fast. Ryan
What up?
Lutz was very fast.
What's up, Jesse Trabuco? We still got some guys coming in here. Donnie's dad, Eric Lundvall, Lee Grace, Mike
Home of the
Woods.
Hustle. That guy sent me some coffee.
Which one?
Home of the Hustle.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. He sent me some coffee. I'll have that next week, hopefully.
What's up, Sean
jacked up
Brennan?
he's on coffee. So, I guess what do we want to talk about first? Because you had a lipo fire that prevented you from coming to Wicked Weekend. How much damage did you receive on that?
It's a good way to start the show, because I was very hesitant to even post. I try not to put too much of my personal life out there. This one kind of hit close to home because it made me think, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. And I take really good care of my stuff. This isn't this was a fluke deal. I don't want people to be scared. However, I do want people to be aware. And the amount of calls and text messages I got after I posted it was like, man, I went right home and put all my stuff into an ammo can, or I checked on everything. And we can get so complacent by not having a fire or not having issues. And we tracks are generally prepared. A lot of tracks make you charge or keep batteries in lipo sacks and stuff like that. I know Brent Jackson with RC Body Armor is pushing, and we've got a video. He posted a video today of his lipo blanket. There's a lot of great things out there. Ammo cans are some of the most popular storage devices. The bat safe, and there's a lot of great things, and we don't spend the money. I didn't to keep them in, and I was very hesitant to post it because it's not anyone else's business, but I might have saved somebody else from having a lipo fire from it. And I hope it does. It's scary. I was out, me and Camden Lime was in town. I had a friend from in town or come in town that moved away, and we were out. We went to a concert. We went to a bar afterwards, and we didn't get home till like 2 o'clock in the morning. And from
Oh,
7 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning, that fire happened in my garage. Now, I was very lucky the way it happened. It was on a plastic shelving system that melted and fell into my garage onto the concrete floor. And the way that it burned, it got so hot and so smoky in there. The only thing we could come to the consensus of is that it snuffed itself out.
that sounds nasty.
It's so nasty. We have a lot going on at the house. It's insurance, and it's not fun. And we're lucky because my house didn't burn down. Very lucky because my house didn't burn down. So yeah, in this is one of those things where it could have gone completely the opposite direction. Could have burned everything I own, my family. We could have been there. So the point is, don't get complacent. This was definitely a wake up call for me. And this, the funny thing is that we had a fire investigator come. I shouldn't even say funny, but one of the crazy things was a fire investigator come, and he saw that we also charged our leaf blower and hedger and the different power tools batteries near in the same spot, and he didn't rule those out. I think I know how it started, but he didn't rule out those batteries. So evidently, it's more common than we think with household stuff. So everybody, just be real careful.
I had one here
Did you?
in my office in my studio. It was really bad. I was charging the battery, and I had
What?
it in like a Venom safe, like a safe attached to the charger. And I was working on my cars, and and I jumped up, and all this smoke came out. It's so nasty.
You caught
But
it in time, but that's
yeah, but
that's
I
the
got it
thing.
outside, but it smoked everything in her. It was like
Absolutely. But
nasty smoke. That's bad for you. Very
if
bad for
you're
you.
not there though, like I wasn't, you can't put it out. You can't take it out. And that's the bigger issue. If you're sitting there working on your stuff and charging it, you can catch it, you can hear it, you can see it. When you're
Mhm.
not there, or if you can't see it and you're in your, kitchen while you're charging outside, be safe. Be safe.
Yeah, I guess a safe of some sort is the best way to keep it. You would keep them all in there, but they'll all burn up. But at least your house won't, you know, like an actual metal safe. So
Yep. So
I don't
yeah,
know, man.
that's what I
It's
was
Lipo
dealing with.
signature in the UK. You cannot charge in the car. If you're caught charging a battery in the car at any type of race, at the club race, anything like that, you are DQ'd for that race. Because they have to rent a lot of that stuff. A lot of that stuff I mean permanent, at school halls and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
no. That's a big no.
Well, it makes sense. And we've had a couple pop in the at Beach RC. Matter of fact, the very first race we had at this facility we're in now, we had a short course truck pop, and then we had another one a year or so ago. But for the most part, we've been very fortunate there. But yeah, we need everybody. Don't get complacent with the batteries. Make sure you take good caution, take good care of them, and
Mm-hmm.
be cautious, because especially when you've got them in places that could destroy your house with people in them, and cause damage to life and health. That'd be the worst. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's why
man.
I was not at Wicked Weekend.
Yeah. There was not really any party like last year, this year. If that was one thing that didn't happen at Vicky Weekend, it wasn't as wild as last year. It wasn't fireworks popping off and you know, no it might have been a little bit of partying, but wasn't like last year. But that's good because people had to get up and wake up early and go race.
Let's
There's a
just
lot of
say I gave everybody a year to recuperate. Next year, you better be ready.
Oh my gosh. What's up, Sean? How you doing? All right. What's up, Atha? What are we gonna talk about first? You want to talk briefly on the Euros that I don't know much about besides that Juan Carlos kicked ass and won.
You won?
Juan Carlos won.
Oh yeah. Well, let's just start with the Euros, because probably most people that are on here were paying more attention to Wicked Weekend. But there's not too much to talk about other than the fact that he TQ'd and he dominated the race. Um, Ungaro had amazing speed, got in a first lap crash, went to the back, came all the way back up to second place to come about a half a lap short on a fuel strategy stop, and I believe it was fuel, from what I understand, run out of fuel, and that was, I mean, at that point there was no catching Canas. Birkin-Killick though had some speed. He looked good.
Yeah, the
Ronafog
Killer
was,
brothers were fast, but
yeah.
that race everybody has to race in. So I think Borak broke or something in the semi, and he had to go to the LCQ. And I think Barkan broke or something in his in the final. So what happened? Oh yeah, we can touch on that. That wasn't me, by the way. But we
So what was the thick skin comment all about?
that's for Max and JQ. And I talked to him on the podcast the next time. We'll be like, oh, I thought that Europeans had thick skin and they can handle criticism.
Oh, well, we know that's not true.
So we kind of Angaro was kind of mad at us last week. Oh no. The weekend that I was at the weekend before the Euros, so the weekend I was at Indy. So we had gotten reports of him. I don't know, did you hear about the extra time?
Oh yeah, so he was practicing at his track.
Right. So Max made a post about it, right? And then I was asked to take it down, so I took it down, and Max said, I'm gonna make a better post explaining the whole situation, and he did. Because everybody's talking about this. And so that pissed him off. And probably won't have him on the podcast anytime soon. I don't think so. Which is unfortunate. And
It is unfortunate.
He actually got he was penalized for that, a 5-minute practice session at the Euros, which I didn't even think he needed a penalty, but if they gave it to him, they gave him something. Then Bruno Coelho got mad at a post that Max made because he was doing like write-ups on the Euros, and he wrote up about Coelho getting DQ'd, but he didn't say anything malicious. He said what happened with Coelho was the same thing was happening in the world, is the box. Remember the box had sticked and people got stuck in there?
Yep.
So he wrote up a post about that, and then Coelho went on the post and started arguing. Not arguing. And I was like, what? Like, this wasn't even bad. And I don't know if you know, but Coelho, prior to going to the Euros, posted a picture on his Instagram and Facebook of a Hobby Wing Bluetooth dongle. The dongle. And people were speculating what it was. Now, I'm asking what it was. I'm thinking it's like some sensor or something like that. But everyone's like, oh, it's a joke. It's a joke. It is Max's fault because he made the post. I was on vacation, but I have to take the brunt of it, right? Anyway, so he was talking about that, and he got upset. And I said, "Hey, dude, we're not even saying any." Yeah, see, Kyle, there is there. We're not even saying anything bad. We're not saying anything about that. You know, people said, "Oh, that thing's a gyro," or this is that. And I was like, "No, it's not a gyro. It was a joke. Just had it on there." I was like, "All right, well, if you're gonna post pictures like this, people's gonna speculate." And of course, it was Max's fault. All Max's fault because I was on vacation, but I had to deal with that. So they were upset. I don't know what's gonna happen. Probably and then he was like, "Oh, you was asking teammates about this." I was like, "Well, yeah. I wanted to know what it was. Like, I wasn't gonna speculate what it was."
But he had the Bluetooth dongle in his nitro car.
Yeah. So people started excuse me, people started talking. Right. And then I asked around, I asked a few people in Hobby Wing, and I'm like, "Hey, what is that?" Like, I thought it was a sensor or something. And then they said no. Mike Swatch, I'm reading this comment. So I asked people what it was before I speculated, and they said, "Oh, it's just a joke. It's just a Bluetooth dongle." But when he got disqualified, people started talking about gyros and all that stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you see what I mean? So we got blamed for that in the comments. It was crazy.
And what did he get what was his disqualification for?
With it wouldn't go through the
the box. Yeah.
Box.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I mean, I like cheeky stuff like that. I'm glad that especially someone as fast as Bruno, it's not somebody that's not up at that top level. Because Bruno in the final was he was there for a while. He was there. But it's good to see someone like that poking fun at the BS. But in the same token, it's also good to see someone like a European get messed with in that same box that we had so much issues with. I mean, we had the same issue at Nats at Chico last year. They were using a box, and it was weird. It's so subjective in a sense, because the box when you're run, I guess it isn't. Now I'm thinking about it, because if you're running toe out, you got to bring your toe in a little bit. You know what I mean? Like but
it should be some leeway for that, right? You would think people are going to have extreme toe out.
The question is, like with the bump steer, if you were to push your car down and your steering comes in a little bit, is it legal then? or
Yeah.
is it not legal if it touches at all? It's I don't know. There's a lot of
Well, but I mean, it really was all for naught. JC3 or Juan Carlos Carrasco, I think he TQ 3 rounds. He kicked ass. He won his semi. Was started on pole. He was the fastest guy there all weekend, and the fastest guy won. I think by 1 minute. But before the first pit stop, he had a gap on everybody.
yeah.
Right?
He had like 7 or 8 seconds, I think, by the first pit stop.
That guy has a win in USA. He has a win now in Europe. He's back to back European champion.
Yep.
He's on fire. Like that guy could win the worlds. And now Jake Concepts has something.
For all those guys that run Reds engines, he is running Nitro Lux fuel. Another good reason to switch over to that Nitro Luxury. Good
There you
fuel, good fuel. But he is definitely on track to be the top European. I mean, obviously he is but he is on track to being a world champion. I am so excited to watch the finals at Worlds because I know that Mayfield and Finn and, at least those two for sure. And then, Canas and Ungaro and these guys, Ronfolk,
Now Ronaldo
Bruno.
finished third. No, that's not so. That was a good finish for him. That's
Yeah.
his second best finish of the year.
Yeah. So
In a big race.
those guys, like, now going back, even though it's kind of disappointing going back to the same place, being that all of them are going to have it figured out, I think, and especially like you said, the whole J Concept tire situation and
Yeah, they sponsored the ball. Excellent, brilliant. That's
what
brilliant.
a smart decision. And like, wow.
Renault was over in Italy last weekend.
Yeah.
Renault was in Italy. Saxon was over there too, helping out Ungaro. So it's good to see. You know what it's good to see? It's good to see the US companies putting a little focus over there. Because for the longest while, J Concepts kind of didn't worry about Europe. I mean, they had drivers, but this is the biggest push in a long time. And they're doing well. He just won a European championship.
Yeah.
So, and he was just that good, and he's gonna be that good at Redovon. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Sasparks has got something, and he's got something special.
Man, it's gonna be awesome.
But yeah, it was good. Euros was good. I have to record with JQ and find out more about everything that happened. I need to watch the races too. I have not watched all of the races, so I'll do that.
Was JQ there?
Yeah, he was there. He was there.
You wouldn't have known.
Yeah, you don't know. He was there. But he
was I really like Robert Battier, and it was good to see him make the final, but
yeah. You know what made finals too? Techno cars over in Europe. I think that's
the Pediente
Parentes and Joao Figueiredo.
Oh yeah, Figueiredo, that's right.
You wouldn't have seen that last year because they didn't really. They had was Marco? No, Marco. Well, Marco was still running for him, but now they actually are pushing over there.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's good to see. All right, but I know everybody wants to talk about Wicked Weekend, which was badass in itself.
Yeah,
really badass.
Yes, you got a firsthand look at it. I was watching from a TV screen in my living room. It's hard to win one class in pro. To win them all three, doesn't get done that often. I know that Mayfield, he won DNC, a few years back, all three, and every now and then someone will win all three. But a race of that caliber, that was a pretty dominating performance by Dakota.
He didn't even look like he broke a sweat.
No,
he just went out there and kicked ass.
His worst class, the class he struggled the most in, and when I say struggle, he didn't TQ and didn't look like he was going to win, was Truggy. And then all he did was drop the pit stop out and beat him.
Dude, he was doing 11-minute pits. In that Truggy.
It's insane.
He kind of, so we have a point system going on the NNRC Cup, and Fender's been the most consistent driver. He's been in the top 3 every race that we've had this year. This is his first win and he dominated. Like, and I was saying this earlier, it kind of made for not the most exciting pro race to watch because he kind of walked away with it. So you're looking for races behind him. Kind of Mayfield was kind of there, but not there. You know, by some time, by second pit stop, Mayfield was kind of out of it. They were spaced out. There were some battles back in fifth and sixth, but once he kind of ran away with it, it was over. You know, like qualifying was great. So, I guess I want to start with the Wicked Weekend atmosphere and how many people were coming. I think when we guys started, I want to trace back some. When we got there Tuesday night, set up Wednesday, we saw, hey, what's up, Big Ty? I was up and at Lassie must be on vacation up there. We went there like Wednesday, we're setting up and people start coming, and Thursday, people coming. You know, it's a crescendo. And we saw how many people were coming. I think we went out to get some food and we came back and we saw like all the parking lot was full. Down below was full. It's like, oh, wow, there's a lot of people coming to this race. And I think it was 733 entries, but 339 racers. But you gotta think there's racers coming, their families, their dogs, all that type of stuff. So it's all there. And it was just buzzing. I think Thursday, I spent the entire day pretty much walking around just talking to people the entire day. And Friday morning doing that. Then, you know, we do our thing. So qualifying was good. I tell you who impressed me. I was sitting up in the bleachers during practice, and I was watching Little Bump out there on Thursday. And man,
can you actually call him that anymore?
I know people. So I was watching Fly Long Win.
I mean,
I asked his dad. He said, "Call him whatever you want." That's not a big controversy on the chat.
Yeah.
So he was. So Bobby made a really technical track this year. It was like you had to start stringing things together. So I would say from those two jumps on the straightaway, that's where it started feeling bump. He would come down that straightaway. He would jump. He would almost landed to the face of that second jump on his nitro car, come ripping through that bowl, and he'd be like, "What?" And he'll hit those brakes and scrub the speed off and just get it where he times it perfect. And he was doing it and he was transitioning the car. It was like mesmerizing to watch that kid do that. And I watched him do that lap after lap after lap. And I was like, nobody's doing that. And I didn't see anybody do that. Even Fend, who was very fast and beat him. So Q1, Bump came out in Nitro Buggy and did the exact same thing. He made one little mistake. He jumped, he went nose high, he brought it down, and then that cost him TQ. But he just unfortunately wasn't able to get back up to that pace after that qualifier. But he strung that whole section together, and that whole section needed to be timed. Like, I don't know if it was the stick radio or what, man. He was just able to flick that car and flick those brakes and do things with that car that were amazing. I didn't see other people doing. So that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, kids like Phi Long Win, they have no fear, man. They're gonna go for it. They're gonna figure that kind of stuff out, and they have the control like no other. I didn't get to see what you're talking about early on. But yeah, in the main event, you had to hit those sections, those rhythm sections perfect. Like there was no getting around it. And not that the track wasn't technical, and I'm not knocking the track design at all. From us, from my side, watching on my big screen TV at home, it was a little boring. It got a little boring.
Pro Man did because of the runaway, I think.
You're probably right.
It also made it hard for passing. I think it was hard for people to get it right. When you talk to people like, this track's hard.
Yeah.
I actually think the intermediate had some of the best racing.
Yeah.
So I want to say
Swisher and everybody at the Tilted Worlds, that's a long time to be doing a race that long. So good luck to everybody going to Homer's track this weekend.
Sweet. The intermediate class. So I want to talk about this kid. He was named Harold Sandaroff. He is from Israel, right?
Yeah.
Never ever been to America to race. So I met him over in Portugal. He was at the E-Buggy World Cup. And he was like, hey, I would like to come to a race this summer. What race do you suggest? I said, you should come to this. And I think you should run. I said, you got to run all classes. So he got an e-truggy and a truggy. He's never driven truggy before until he came to this race. He practiced all day Thursday. He was like, he comes up to me and he goes, so we can practice turn marshal, get back in line and practice again. I said, yeah, as many times as you want. And
It's like,
he was
this
like,
is amazing.
he was like, hey, is there referees here and all this stuff? I said, well, there's an RD and there might be people watching, but you gotta kind of. I said, this is America. You gotta put your elbows out, right? And I said, this is people gonna bump you. You're gonna have to get used to that. You're gonna have to bump back. He says, okay. So he says, no outright takeouts, but yeah. I said, yeah, elbows out. And that kid and his dad practice all Thursday. And he went on TQ'd a very stacked intermediate nitro buggy class at Wicked Weekend. He TQ'd that. He did well in all his classes and he had a blast. I think he did very well. We had a young Bermudian guy with Nitro Truggy, sportsman. I was happy for him. I don't know how his car finished though. I saw a video of it afterwards and the whole steering rack was off. I don't know how we finished that race, but congratulations to Marcel because that's another guy who had never been to an American style track over there in Bermuda. We have one track.
Right.
So we see these type of tracks and we think about, when I first went to come to him, it was like, oh, that nice red dirt, all that good stuff. And he got to come over. He raced. He made the A final in sportsman and in sportsman buggy and sportsman truggy. I was going for another Bermudian. So it was a good weekend. We had Jade. Dude. It was people from all over the North America. So you had Canada, you had Dylan Raposo, Cultura, and Doug Schufelt, who's pretty fast. He ran pro.
Yep.
You had a big contingent from Bermuda. You had about 5 guys from Bermuda. Yeah, Alex Lim come from Paraguay. You had that young kid come from Israel. You had a lot of racers from NorCal, Fran too, Christy Wilson, Dennis Wilson, all those that came down. A few drivers from SoCal, Fenster, I think Erlins is Arizona. But you had a good mixture of people from all over North America there as well.
Yeah.
And it made for good racing, man. It was good racing. It was good vibes. And I think I enjoyed myself a lot. I had a lot of fun. So big thank you to Dave for having us there. It was fun. It was big. It was, it was a lot of entries, but we got them done. You know how it goes. And
I mean, those kind of races, man, you gotta kind of settle in and just be ready for the gaps in time and how long it takes to do everything. But yeah, you said a couple names there. Like it was really good to see Jaden too come over from California and really have a good run. He TQ'd a class and second or third or started second or third in class. He he's going to college, man. He came out for the last big bang.
Culture ran out, had something happen to his car with 1 minute 60 seconds left. Less than 60 seconds. Ugh. I think in intermediate nitro truggy. Piggott flamed out after his lap, his final pit stop in intermediate nitro buggy. And he was
led that whole thing.
Ass. And Abdul won it. It was crazy. It was the most heartbreak. And that was a very stacked intermediate class. The race time races, the intermediate class is very, very competitive, man.
Yeah.
Very competitive, very stacked. And it's getting a lot of these younger guys in there and they're doing good, like Piggott's and then Aiden Ridgeways and all this type of Mad Maddie Long, even Mad Maddie Long, she was there. She had Tebow, she took up Tebow on that coaching thing.
Yep.
So Tebow was pitting for her almost all the time. And whoever he was pitting, I don't know the other 2 guys, but whoever he was attended to them.
I think he does Stoltzing. I think that's one of his guys. Jake Stoltzing.
Maybe he did well too. There was lots of bump ups. Two bumped up like from sportsman, the last man in sportsman to the A final.
Well, Jake Stoltzing bumped up from intermediate nitro truggy B main to win it. So that was a big one. But yeah, some notables. Jonah Wilson coming home second in that stacked e-buggy field. Ryan Lutz with a third in e-buggy. Lee Setzer in fourth. I mean, there's some guys that normally are A main guys, but not always on podiums. That I mean, Ryan Lutz is a podium guy, but hasn't found it much lately. And got up there. I know you were rooting for him, and then he got a big second place in nitro buggy, which is huge.
Yep.
And then
Mayfield got third. I'm just looking. I see Van Dalen got 4th. Van Dalen not able to get up to that form he was on last year, where he was just dominating.
No, but it's still good. Two strong
Still a good
podiums.
run.
You
Still a
know,
good run. Still a
he's
good run.
he's been strong. He just really hasn't been able to string 4 runs together, weekend long, and so to get 2 podiums is still pretty good.
Brandon Rose in 5th. I think that's good. Mason Fuller, and I think his dad will say that they were struggling a bit this weekend. So I think 6 is good for them because I don't know if they were at 6th place going into that final. And they just weren't it, that they'll get their stride. I'm not worried about that.
No,
So it was good, man. Jesse Bar says Kobe Seabar bumped from the last bit and okay, yeah. Kobe did Sibo. I hope I said that right. I said Sibo. I think it's right.
Seba or Sibo
Yeah.
for sure.
So there was lots of good bump action, man. Lots of good action.
Yeah, great
And,
racing. I'm happy for Dave, and I tell everybody the same thing. I'll say it, live on this show. The best race time race is Wicked Weekend.
Mhm.
Like their AMS is a certain kind of race and a lot of heads up and a cool format. SIC kind of starts the year off. PMB is like it is what it says. It's the Psycho Nitro Blast. But if you want to go to the best of those 4 races, if you have to pick one of the 4, my favorite by far is Wicked Weekend.
Weather was great too, dude.
Oh, I bet.
Weather was great. It rained and then it was cool the entire weekend, but it wasn't humid. It was a little bit humid, but I think the hottest day might have got maybe Saturday. It got a little warm, maybe Friday, but it was good. Thank you. I thank everybody that made that possible. Thank you to Dave and his crew for having us there, and thank you to everybody who bought me something to eat, bought me coffee, and I appreciate you.
Keeping you powered and running, huh?
Yeah, man. People would bring me a coffee, like a latte. I would love it. I would thank you. I appreciate that.
So there was I do want to talk about while we've got a sec here, we've just talked about the racing, but there is some movement in both the top 25 RC and top 25 US standings. And Dakota took over the top spot in the top 25 world standings. Obviously these are not through IFMAR or anything like that for anybody who's looking. These are all done by someone here in the US with a formula. But Dakota taking over the top spot from Mayfield. They just flopped spots. Rifkin and Lutz move up a little bit. Joe Bornhorst moved up almost to the top 10. He's now on 11, moved up 2 spots. But a couple big movers here. Van Dalen and Savoya both move up 5 and 6 spots. And Daniel Periente now into the top 25. So
yeah, because Savoya made the A final at the Euros.
Yeah.
Do you know how crazy that is?
Yeah, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
It was, and even in my cup, something just fell. Even in my cup standings, I think Dakota's still up front with a drop. So I have to go check it out. But yeah, also, oh man, there was something else. It was just on the tip of my tongue. Ooh. There was a much speculated pass at this race between Tyler Fenster and Taylor Sontag. Ooh, it was hot because I think it was fair. And I wish we had the video of it. We came ill prepared. Maybe Robert can find it because it was up. I think it was the B man of Truggy, B man of Buggy, one of the two. And they were battling it out. And Fenster had the lead, and they were coming onto that straightaway. And Fenster went kind of wide, and then fucking Taylor just shot right in there perfectly. And they collided, but Fenster got the rest of it. But it also looked like Fenster kind of left the door open for him. So it was deemed a pass, but there was a lot of argument going on in the chat about it. It was Nitro Truggy. It was awesome. Fenster wants to come on the party. We should probably get him on her to talk about it.
No, if he's in here, he can call in shortly. We'll be more than happy to hear his.
He was pissed off.
His side of it.
I get why he was pissed off. Hey, Ryan Lutz took out Seth coming on the straightaway. I don't think it was on purpose. I think they were just coming 3 on the straightaway. And like Lutz's car kind of was turning a little bit, and when it caught, it just boom, right into Seth's car on the straightaway and took it out.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, there's going to be some contact. At the pro
Yeah.
level, we know that they can race inches from each other and never touch if they want to. But they got to get aggressive, especially on a track where it's hard to pass. So, I didn't see either one of those passes in races or times I wasn't watching. But you know, racing's
Hey,
racing.
going three wide
Race
on that
that
straightaway is
person.
never gonna be good. I saw
Race
the
that
last
person the way
intermediate
they
truggy.
race you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, going three wide on that straightaway is never gonna be good. And intermediate truggy, that Israeli kids like sawed off his front end by hitting the pit lane doing that.
Oh,
They were like him, Aiden, and Culture. Three truck is going straight away. 1, 2, 3 went in, 2 came out.
ouch.
So,
Let's see. Top 25 US standings. Not huge jumpers, but Cavallari jumped up 2 after this last weekend. Wiggins went up 1. Ogden's going down slowly right now. Man, he's been on the struggle bus.
yeah,
Um,
he has.
I don't
It
know.
didn't change this weekend either.
No, exactly. I mean, it looked like he had a little bit of goodness coming out of when he bumped out a truck, but I mean, he just not making the buggy main. It's just not the Cole we all know. And
I think it's just not there. I don't know, man. He keeps saying this is going to be his last time. I'm just saying.
yeah, but it's hard to leave something that's fun and what you love. But I mean, I know Cole on a personal level. I'm sure he's wishing he was doing better, but people are getting faster. It's getting harder. This
Yeah,
is
maybe he doesn't feel like putting in that work to get faster.
maybe that's where it's at, because
Mhm.
if you sincerely want to do well in this industry right now at the top level, it has to be everything you do all the time.
Yeah, a
Period.
Lester Dakota fan who just looks like he was just out for a weekend chilling, because that's exactly what he looked like.
He looks like that every time he wins, so
No,
or goes.
he didn't have a pro-am. Pro-am was bothering him. He was pink. He was like a lobster.
The
Like
pro am,
literally.
if you didn't have an internal cooling mechanism, you were you were probably dying. It
He
was
was
hot.
not liking that North Carolina humidity because he's from the Midwest. But yeah, he's good. He good form. Good form. Fend goes into the worlds. Looking pretty good. Even though Mayfield probably didn't have the best weekend, he can take some points away from this. Um, who else? I think Rivkin kind of didn't have the weekend that he wanted to have. He finished in 10th. So yeah, Tyler Jones. I thought I saw him go fast for a minute, but he didn't really live up to it. Camden kind of wasn't, how sometimes you see Camden come through at some points. He kind of just, that's how it goes though. Some races for
Well,
these guys.
I actually talked to Camden, and he's and the results will pretty much show. But the one thing he told me is like, and he's on Hot Race Tires. He said, I just didn't have the tire. He said our tire is not working on this track this weekend. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. I mean, sometimes those guys have an unfair advantage, and sometimes you don't. And this weekend, the Hot Race tire was not the tire to be on.
Indoor race in Southeast, that's J Concepts,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So I mean,
Except for Taylor and Rutz, who own AKAs and Pro Lines. So
yeah. There's obviously a lot of tire brands right now. Let's see. Trying to look and see if there was anybody else. Yeah, I mean, you get other than Lutz, it takes all the way back to 11th place to see another tire. And that was Cavallari on TZO. So 9 of the top 10 are J Concepts and Buggy.
Jermaine Robinson had a good run. 12th. Joey Bourdon not in the final. I think is big because he made the Nitro finals at the Nationals.
So what happened with
I don't
Bill?
know. I don't know. I was
Because
supposed
he
to call him
was so
yesterday.
upset.
He
Oh
was
my
very mad at
god.
himself. He was very
So
mad at
he was
himself.
mad at himself because he grabbed Mayfield's car.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But I have to call him. I was supposed to yesterday, but I got so busy I completely forgot. So I apologize. But he is very, very mad with himself about that. So I don't
I
know.
I've done that before. I actually
You picked somebody else's car.
I actually, well, ironically enough, I picked up Mayfield's car.
Oh,
And it was I was pitting for somebody, and it just cars looked similar at the time, and got it. You know what I mean? Didn't pit it, didn't fuel it, didn't do anything like that. But grabbed it, and once I noticed, threw it back down. It's just, you know, it's heartbreaking because you feel bad. I mean, everybody's friends with everybody for the most part in there.
mhm.
It wasn't intentional. Bill wasn't trying to fuck anybody, and
Uh,
nor, I mean, I'm sure it's happened to many of
I don't
people.
think Mayfield really was going to catch Fan anyway. I think he tried. I think he tried to hang on to him, but Fan just kind of didn't make any mistakes. It's just like, I'm going. Hey, my name is Dakota Fan. See you
Yeah,
later.
yeah, that
Doug
was his.
Patricio was fast too. I saw somebody comment about him. He was fast. I heard a lot about him going into this race. And Notch Series this Saturday at Channel Islands. Awesome. I love that track.
Yeah,
I love that track.
Notch, big time supporter of this
Yeah.
podcast, and we appreciate you, Notch. Hope all's well, man. Great job this last weekend. Yeah, man. Oh well,
Good weekend. Now we have some time off, right?
a little bit. I mean, so here in the southeast, there's a bunch of races going on for doing some drives to generate some funds
Oh
for
yeah,
a
that's
few of
true.
these kids to go racing in the world. I know on the 16th I'll be going to Sumter to support
David Olson's
David
right.
Olson. I know that um, God, Ryan Daze and
Josh Hollyfield,
Josh Hollyfield got the one going on up there
Loganville.
at Loganville. There's another one happening at the Rock, I think, this weekend or somewhere in Tennessee for Jonah Wilson. So there, over the next 2 or 3 weeks, there's going to be some of these races to try to help generate some funds for to help get these kids over and give them as much resources as possible.
That's
Um,
good. That's
yeah,
very good.
so I'm excited about that. I've got a new car personally. I got to break in, so I'm gonna go to Sumter to break that in. And
Are you racing at the Worlds?
I am racing the worlds.
Ooh, okay.
I have no expectations. I have one goal, not to finish last, but I want to experience it. Um, I want to experience it as a racer, and I want to give it my all, and just kind of see where I end up. Just
Who's gonna
give it.
pitch you? Camden?
No, no. I've had offers from a couple people. I think Stefano with RC Project, he's like, I'll be your pit man. And Tim Lime said he would be my pit man. And my buddy Roger with Modellix, he's offered. So I definitely have a pick of the litter. I can get whoever I want. Drew Singer says me. I doubt he's going
Drew
to
Singer
show
is
up.
not coming to Spain.
No. But if you do, I will let you pit me, Drew. You come, you can pit me 100%. But yeah, I'm going there to have a good time. But I am going to take it very serious. I'm obviously there to support the guys that are going to do well. I'm there to be there for my team guys, all of S Works, all of Ultimate Racing. Um, I'm hoping and praying for a world championship for S Works or Ultimate, or even better, someone on Ultimate and S Works. that would be the dream for me.
So all right, so you gotta make a choice. Dakota Fan and Ultimate takes him in, or
No, you can't put me on the
the
spot like
Nats.
that. I won't. I will not choose that. Definitely not publicly or on something recorded. But it's hard for me to choose one or the other. They're both
Yeah.
business. I I don't. Me and Juan are friends. If I had to choose on a personal relationship, it would definitely be Dakota because we're really close.
Mhm.
Um, but financially be better for me probably if S Works won. Um, as far as sales go, but neither one, either one would be great. The dream for me would be Camden Lime because he's on both. He's my long shot, obviously. If he just made the main, I would be proud of that kid. Um, but yeah,
Not gonna be easy. Not gonna be easy.
oh,
It's,
absolutely not.
I'm assuming that they're gonna start building the track here soon or remodeling the track. So hopefully they release pictures of it. And well, they have to because it's like a month away, right?
Right.
People will start
But
flying on the 5th. It's the first of
so you do know, like you heard the same thing of what I heard. They have to change it because it's coming back 100%, right? Like that was the deal they made.
yeah,
It had to
but
be
they're not
rebuilt.
gonna change the straightaway and that concrete part.
So they'll just incorporate that into a new layout, which is fine
Yes,
as
which is
long as
fine.
the rest of it's all changed up.
Yeah, so I look forward to seeing what they do. When we went in 2022, I thought they did a great job at the Worlds. It was a good atmosphere. I hope they repeat that and go even further. And I can't wait. I had fun there in 2022. It was probably the first time I've been to an RC event where I thought it was full scale, like a real car event, and it was cool. I think it's good to see a lot of the Southeast people and a lot of Americans going to Spain for the first time. So
Well,
it's good for Holyfield. And
you're
it's
more an IFMAR buff and study like the more
I
world
don't know how much I
RC.
study.
But anyway, why do we usually get like 40 spots with our block because we're so large, and this year
You
we
got
only
30, you got 40 you got more when it's in America.
how many did we have 2 years ago?
I can't remember. Quite a bit, but probably I think they gave a bunch to Spain, to be honest. Spain got the most. But when it comes to America in 2026, you guys have got a good bit. Because I think in 2016, you got a lot. But I think it's supposed to be 30. There might be more. Obviously, there's people that might not go. So from other countries. But all the other European countries, like England gets 4, Italy gets 4. They don't get much. So they got split up like that.
We got 23 as far as I can remember from.
Well, that might have been those 23 people that went that wanted to go.
No, this year 23. I think we have 23 spots this year.
Who knows with them? Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe
I thought we had 40 at the last one, but I could be off by a few.
Well, we got empty spaces. Plus, we get to fill empty spaces. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I think everybody's going to this, so it should be good. I think there's a couple Americans that come in it, and I think there's a few Europeans that come in it. So let's see what happens. The Americans that come in it is Dakota Fan, Mayfield, maybe a Rifkin, and then
it would have to get very 10 skill like I think for Rifkin to really.
But I think the two favorites are those two, Mayfield and Fenn.
Yeah,
and then Juan Carlos Canas, Ongaro, Coelho. No,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I always forget him, but he's a threat. He was faster. Boots, who wasn't really that much, but that wasn't that effective at the Euros. He'll be good. Ronafalk will be good.
Do you think he needs to take that body off and go back to a normal body? I mean, what?
That was an e-buggy body.
No, he's got a nitro one now too.
But he'll be good. I think there's a lot more Europeans that'll be.
Well, it'll definitely be.
Somebody else will win it. Don't get me wrong.
The main definitely is going to be Euro heavy.
Yeah. I think. But I think this year that the Americans have a much better chance.
I agree.
They have a much better chance. They have J Concepts is onto something right now. Somebody sent me a message the other day about different compounds that J Concepts is testing. Like we said, they have the Balders over there running prior to this, so they kind of know what the surface is going to be like. I have a feeling the surface is going to be very similar to how Italy was, because it's they like to use that glue or mixture that they use, and so people will be familiar with the surface. If it's going to be hot over there, like it was in October, 90 degrees, so it's going to be hot. Hydrate. prepare for it, and let's get ready to race. I think it's gonna be good.
Beautiful thing is you can hydrate there.
Yeah, you can. You have everything there.
Yeah.
That Saturday when the man's going on, it was so busy because I could see from up top of there, and then you saw everybody out in the bleachers, saw everybody up in the pits, and you saw everybody milling around the beer gardens, and they were busy. It was a lot of people there. It was badass.
I hung out at the beer garden.
Yeah, he was there. If
I was there.
So it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. I need to find a place to stay. That's what I need to do. I'm trying to find a place to stay for myself, Soltage and Max. And places are like 30 minutes away. So,
Yeah, it's tough, man. That's tough. I mean, I know I'm in the chat with the S Works guys, and
so everybody's having difficulties. That's good.
Yeah.
So we're all gonna be staying 30 minutes away. Fuck it. That's all. That's all we're gonna have to do. Stay 30 minutes away. I'll have no place to stay.
Well, guess what? It is that time where we start letting people call in and talk shit or ask questions or whatever they want to do, because now we allow the peanut gallery to dictate what happens with this show. So number is on here. If you guys want to call in, 843-438-1100, we will let you call in and say whatever you want as long as it is appropriate and not rude.
That's what they can say whatever they want in her. I'm surprised Chase hasn't been in her. I haven't seen him all day.
Chase? Is that what you said? Chase?
Yeah, I haven't seen.
Yeah,
Chase.
I mean, you better not be in the chat. Motherfucker is supposed to be on the show.
Huh.
But yeah, he was busy, man. I don't know what he had going on. But he couldn't make it tonight. Hey Drew, now's your time to call in. I call bullshit. Yeah, I call bullshit on you going to Spain, but 843-438-1100 if you want to call in and lie about it.
Usually, like, you have to put Drew Singer on at the end because he takes a long time.
We have the ability to cut him off anytime we want to.
Drew McIntyre says Joshua Herbert. I wish. I wish. Hey, so when is Masters again? When is the date for Masters?
Masters is October 24th through the 27th this year.
It's the last weekend of October.
Always is. Yep. 2 weeks after Dixie Nats. I do want to give a big shout out to I know we already talked about them over there at man, I'm drawing a big blank all of a sudden. Oh man,
I can't believe nobody tagged Tyler Fenster and told him to call in.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Tell Fenster to call in.
Why am my brain farting right now?
I have no idea who you're talking about, Brent. Drew McIntyre. All right, let's go. While you're doing that, I'll look at some of the comments. I did get a body from Drew Singer.
Oh yeah,
triple XNT body for my truck that I left with Evan Vale, who got paint up at some point.
Nice. All right, we got ourselves a caller there, Lefty. Let's bring him on in.
All right, caller, you're on the air.
Jesus Christ.
This is going to be bad.
Oh, Jesus Christ already. we haven't even gotten fucking started, baby.
Is this going to involve sex toys and anything like that?
Real nice and gentle right now.
Can you hear him, Lefty?
I can hear him. I'm just worried how long it's going to take to get into sex toys.
Oh, we're going to talk about sex toys?
Usually when he used to call up my one, it ended up with some sort of sex.
Listen, that was one time.
Hey, can you turn it up a little bit, Robert? I'm out. That's why I didn't know if he could hear him.
I can hear him fine.
Okay. Well, maybe it's just on my end. So what's up there, Drew Singer? What's up, baby?
Oh, man, not much, man. How are you?
I'm all right. Still just trying to get through this whole thing with the house, but things are going, they're starting to move finally. We're getting closer to the better side of good.
Good. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
For sure.
As you know, I've got plenty of experience with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I didn't set mine on fire on purpose.
Oh, I definitely didn't. But the homeless people that are rampaging this country, apparently can't let you have anything fucking nice. So.
I mean, do you want to segue that into women fighting men in boxing, or you want to talk about
God,
RC?
dude.
Or...
I can't even. I can't even. I can't even. It's like inconceivable. Like where we've got. Like you figure, like, hey, it's just localized to our country, and like I'm completely oblivious to it because like I don't want to deal with it. And it's like just let everybody be who they want to be, and don't put your, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't have to accept you for who you are, and you don't have to accept me for who I am, and I'm okay with that. But then you see this stuff on like the world stage, and I haven't watched any of it, but like just the little bit that I've like dove into on like the Olympics and this drag show and and whether this
no idea what
whether this person is a male or a female boxing in the Olympics. Like it's just out of control, man.
Yeah,
it's just out of control.
We just need to get back to
RC
being regular.
I don't even know what it's talking about.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. What I do know is that when the bad people come, all of that stuff's going to go out the window, and there's going to be a reset. And unfortunately, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because weakness breeds that kind of stuff. And when the knuckle draggers have to come out and people start dying because of these ideologies, then hey, it is what it is.
That's what I'm talking
about. We're here. My people that are still serving are here, and they're all good dudes. But we've got major issues. We've got major issues as a country, and we've got major issues in our government systems that you see. And it's not a conspiracy; it's just weakness.
Yeah, we gotta stop being such pussies. Let's fucking go. So,
yeah.
Speaking of that,
that's what's going to happen.
Are you going to be a pussy and not go to Spain, or are you going to be a pussy?
I mean, listen, dude, you don't have to. I can fuel up the jet, baby.
I just bought my ticket. I wish you would have invited me on this jet yesterday.
We can fuel up the jet, baby. It's about $1.80 to get to Spain.
Drew, how was your wicked weekend?
My wicked weekend was great. I got to sleep, which I needed greatly. And
I saw you
unfortunately,
qualifying.
Say again.
I saw you actually practicing and qualifying.
I got halfway through my shakedown. I didn't do any practicing, but I did. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to my shakedown. I didn't see the list, so I got on the stand about 1:30 into my 3-minute shakedown. So I did get more practice than I normally get.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I slept through my main again, and
no way.
I slept through my main again. But I did do more qualifying. I did do 2 more qualifying rounds than I normally do.
So the funny thing to take away from that comment, Lefty, is he said the word again after he said slept through.
Times.
Yeah.
Multiple times. Trust me.
I'm pretty good at sleeping through my mains.
Yes, that's true.
I'm pretty good at sleeping through my mains.
Then when was your main? Saturday or Friday?
My mains were on Saturday.
How did you sleep through your mains?
So
they were in the afternoon.
Maybe the Beach RC party was better than you think it was.
No, the Beach RC party. The Beach RC party was. I went out and everybody was like, "Oh, Brent's not here," and then I saw Lucas, and Lucas was wandering around, like eyes wide shut. So
I can't send you can't send a boy to do a man's job, man. And
No,
I apologize
no.
to everybody. I apologize to Dave. I appreciate Lucas for at least giving an effort, if that's what it was.
Well, that guy, you know what? Lucas is my boy. That was not an effort. Sorry, there was zero effort involved.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I
and
nothing breaks my heart more.
Lucas every day.
Yeah, nothing breaks my heart more to know that a party did not happen because I wasn't there, and just
a party is not a party without Brent Bedford.
More reason for you guys to understand. Good lipo care is very important because it could ruin the party. All right, so
yeah, so maybe that's the next product we come out with. Is I'll go to the supply store and just get a couple 155-gallon or 50 cal ammo cans.
Yeah, it's
and we'll just
almost want to
Nitro Pro and BHRC on them.
Almost want to wrap like one for every pit spot for Masters of Dirt for our gift this year. I mean, I just it's deflating.
We can definitely do it. Yeah, we can definitely do it. I can make some phone calls and see if maybe that's what we'll do this year for the guys there.
Man, my heart's broken. I love Wicked.
I know you had all your. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. But listen, the event was great. I'll say and I told Bobby and Dave this, like that track or any track that they've ever put together has never been that good. Like that was the best track. It held together unbelievably well. First track that had a full groove, like all the way around it, didn't blow out any of the ruts that there were no sharp edges. It was absolutely phenomenal on the track crew and what they did there. And the track layout was fun. It was a little technical, but like for the most part, for the 90%, it's, of the guys who go there, that's the track you want to race on. I know the pros, they like it when it gets, when there's holes and stuff like that, and they've got a little advantage here and there, and there's, some more spaces to pass. But for my experience, and Wicked's obviously, as you said, my favorite event, I think it's the best event that Race Time puts on. Next to, for me, AMS, because I really just like the schedule. I like to know when I'm going to go practice, because then I'll actually go practice. It was just a phenomenal layout and a great track, and it held together so bloody well.
Yeah, they didn't have to water it. They didn't even have to water it that night. It held water.
No, a little bit here and there, but I mean, they just, I asked Bobby, I was like, what'd you do different? He was like, we just watered it as we were building it. And I was like, well,
and they finished it Monday. They finished it Monday. By the time we got there Tuesday, it was done. It was piped in.
Well, that's a big thing. Like building the track with moisture in it. Here, the best, even at Phil Hurd, when we build our tracks, and we've obviously got a lot more clay in our track than any horse riding arena is ever going to have. But like when you build it and it's got that right amount of moisture in it, and you're tilling it up and you're spraying it down, and you're building those jumps and packing them in when they've got a good amount of moisture in them, it completely changes the track surface. So it's pretty awesome that they were able to accomplish that. And it seems like over the past couple of years, they've just been kind of honing it in, and you've seen that the track's blowing out less and less, and them having to do less and less maintenance to the track, which is really good for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. There's going to be the different, there's going to be the different surfaces that everyone's going to race on. So having big races that hold together are good. Having races that at places I'm a perfect example of the races we put on. They don't hold together good. Some of it by design. It's good for everything. Gives people a variety to race on. But it was good to see, like you said, that they've found that recipe there. And just like you said, Keenan, they had the track done so early. More emphasis on packing and getting moisture into it, which is really good. Really, really good.
And it was humid.
Well, you could even see with the grading that they did, even on the front straight, It was just they had taken a lot more time and gone a lot deeper and tilled up a lot more to just get it super smooth, which is really, really nice. And the fact that, you know, and I don't know if most people know this, but when, you know, Wicked Weekends usually, you know, a 500, 600, I mean, to have that many entries on it and to have the track wear in the way that it did is just really, really phenomenal.
Well, we actually have Lefty's pulled up this video of is this the Fencer the Pass right here?
Yeah, courtesy of Elite RC Productions, Danny Paz.
All right, we're gonna watch this real quick. Hold on, Drew,
Yeah,
while we
do
take a look at this. There's no volume, but ooh, I don't know. That's questionable now that I'm looking at it. I would say that unless there was, I mean, what great video work.
Oh, wow.
Unless there was something that happened before that kind of led to this, I would say that Tater was in the wrong. I mean, he's good enough to give him back, you know, the door might have been open a little bit, but not, I don't know. I'd probably be mad too if I was Tyler.
Yeah, I get why he's mad, but I will say this: prior to this, Tater had to check up quite a bit, and they got together, and he had to wait for him. So he was trying to get by Fencer, and he saw a gap, and he went for it. But Danny really slowed this down. Okay, see, that's the speed I saw that, and then we slowed it down.
Yeah.
But I never got the chance to slow it down.
Now, what race
but I
was
still
this?
think he done well.
Truggy A?
No, this is the bump to the B final. I think that's the last.
And are they racing for a bump spot?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'd be pissed as hell. I'd be really pissed.
I think that's his car cut out something.
Well, I'd be mad too. So I'm glad we got to see that because now we can kind of
segue off of that.
Yeah, we can understand a little bit why Finster was mad. Well, Drew, you got any news? Anything new? You want to drop any kind of knowledge on us before we hang up on your ass?
I've always got knowledge. I'm super excited to see the industry kind of step up for these younger drivers and you know again, you know, like you stated before, help these guys get to Worlds. It's super expensive, and you know they're coming out of pocket a lot of money. It's kind of, you know, where the industry unfortunately has gone, and it's not going to change in the foreseeable future. So you know these are things that are going to have to happen for these new up and comers to be able to get on those stages and get the knowledge and experience at those events, so they can get to that next level. But it seems like everybody's really stepped up, and that's awesome. You know, Sumter, I'm going to try to be there as well for David. We just sent up a care package. If I can't make it for some stuff for some people to bid on for some raffles. So if you're in the area and you can get to Sumter, that's going to be a big one for the Rock guys. I mean, that's a guaranteed race, so that's always going to be good. And Chad Cup runs that track, and it's from what I hear, it's pretty freaking phenomenal. Nitro Pro stuff, man, we're just rocking and rolling. We've got I just put up a post. We got you and I now have we've gained the top. We got the number one driver in the world back on number one. And so I was looking at the top 10 as far as our servos are concerned. We've got more top 10 drivers in the world than any other servo company. So I'm super stoked on that, and you can get those at beachrc.com. So very, very, very happy about how our drivers are performing. And, Mason's always a force to be reckoned with, and Bump did just such an amazing job this weekend, and Fenn killed it. we got to rub some elbows and make some more contacts, and further our foot in the door, and solidifying us as a brand to run with these big dogs. So very happy with how this season is shaping up, and of course always wish that I we got to see you, and unfortunately I got too busy with work to be able to come up there that weekend, but I would have loved to have that 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Bar scene with you, per usual. We usually have a good time when we're partying down. So,
well, just get to Spain. We can continue.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just
party in Spain.
I'm going. Maybe I'll do like a little pre sit rep. When I get up there, because I'm going in October for Oktoberfest, and then one of my SF buddies he lives down in South Africa. He's a wildlife conservationist, so he hunts poachers from little birds. Nice. And so we're going to go down to South Africa for a couple weeks and hang out with him, and then I think we're all going to go to Thailand, and what happened in Thailand. There's going to be plenty of anal beads.
Man, I'd love to go to fucking Thailand, man. All right,
man, you're more than welcome to come.
I can't go in October, bro. It's my busiest month at the shop, but maybe we can go. You can go and get the lay of the land. We'll go back afterwards.
I'll get the lay of the land, and hey, listen, I might move there.
I hear you.
I might not come back, especially if we can get this Monologues deal with fucking Nitro Pro, showed up. It'd be awesome.
All right. Well, let's talk here in the next couple of days, bro. We'll figure out. We need to get you down to Worlds, even if it's for the qualifier week or something like that.
All right, brother. Well, it's good talking to you, Brent and Lefty. As always, it was good seeing you this weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yes,
all right,
take care.
All right.
The one and only Drew Singer with Nitro Pro. He is, man, I'll tell you, the servos have, I know he's got a lot of products. We sell his batteries, and he comes out with little different odds and ends, but he's really doing well with the servo game right now.
Sweet.
Best.
You know what else was cool about Wicked Weekend? I wanted to talk about real quick before we. So Bobby at RC Sign Up has been working a lot on improving RC Sign Up because there's racing and all that stuff. So we had
I saw he was there racing.
Yeah, but and he was also helping out with the cameras and stuff.
Oh, nice.
He made a key, so he done it where you can get updates of the race through text message. So you scan a QR code and you get a text message about updates of the race, like what races were going on that day and all that type of stuff. I'm hoping he can do a little bit more where we can do like a full, like maybe a top 10 or top whatever, such and such like that. I saw RC Racing TV do something similar to that at the Eurobs, where you scanned a QR code and it went to a Facebook Messenger group where you couldn't comment, but you got all this information about things. So it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Little things like that.
I like it. I like the new technology, the new little additions that Danny's throwing into the broadcast that you guys got going. Like, it's all starting to come together, and it shows that people care and they're working on it right now. And that's a real big deal moving forward. All right, we looks like we got another caller, and I'm hoping that it's something a little bit more controversial than Drew Singer, which is hard to imagine.
All right, caller, you're on the air.
What's up, Joshua?
How you guys doing? And unfortunately, it's going to be just a tiny bit controversial because I have actually something to add for the Tater incident.
Oh, well, please.
Yeah, because I know that we talked about it. So when it comes to like RC racing, okay, one of the things that that people probably will not like about me is that I actually like to argue and protest like some of the rules that they have in RC racing. So yeah, so what Taylor did, I think, was pretty dirty. And then if he gave up the position, I don't know like what the scandal was. Unfortunately, I was busy this weekend, so I didn't get to see the race. But this is what I would do, and this is just in my opinion. So because I've actually thought about hosting my own type of race. So like for like a penalty, obviously the driver would have to give up the position. But let's say that was dirty. He refused that position. I've always say, why not just have like at least a lap removed, dock from their best lap time, or in like the next round or something like that. So like if you're like a main, you would have your grid position dropped like by one, and that driver that you fought with would advance, So that's the way how I would look at it for a situation like that. If it were to like Felicify, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think in certain situations there would be a stop and go or a penalty, like in a roar race. If they deemed it to be a aggressive or illegal style pass, they would issue a stop and go or some kind of pass through penalty in the pits, or give the position back and a
Right.
stop and go. But unless it is like unless you have a known referee or official that's going to be there, all the race time events are, I don't want to call it an outlaw, but they really are more like an outlaw style. The only rules that apply at the race time events are going to be the normal RC rules. So in a situation like that, where Tyler
Exactly.
Finster and Tater Sontag know each other well, they're buddies, they hang out, they race together a lot, especially in 10 scale. In a situation like that, it's going to be like, remember me, motherfucker? Like that's going to come back later. Tater's going to be fighting for a win, and Finster's going to be like, remember Wicked Week in 24? So I know what you're saying. The only way you can implement what you're saying is if you are to lay that out at the beginning. And it's not really the style of race time events for that kind of officiating, so to speak.
So
Sure.
I will say that there was some penalties just out over the weekend, and there were people bumped out of classes as well.
I did hear about that, and I'm glad about that. I think that we need we got to have some sort
So
of
there were penalties
standard.
called, and Lance saw that, and he said that that's fine. So they didn't the previously to that contact, they were battling it out, and they were going through those S sections, and Tater got into him, and he gave it back. But on that occasion, when he ran in for the dive, he didn't give it back. He didn't have to, and he didn't get in trouble for it. So one man's said I have to go for it, and one man's probably saying he took me out. So one man can win and one man can't. Tater won that one. So
yeah, Mike Fuller said a little bit ago, he said, and I posted it up there, only if on the last corner, last lap.
I don't remember what corner it was. I know it was the last corner. I can't remember what lap it was.
Yeah, I don't know if that was coming around for like to cross the line and take that spot. And I agree with Mike. Like,
right,
if you're gonna go for it, you got that last ditch effort. But like I said, I generally remember how I'm raced by people that I race with a lot, and I know how to treat that person in a situation. So those guys race together a lot, and unfortunately that could come back to bite Tater at a very pivotal moment.
It could. He was like, yeah, smash. Remember your weekend?
I mean,
Fenster was all right. He was fast. He should have made the 8th final, but that's how it goes.
Right. As long as it doesn't like escalate. Yeah. And as long as it like doesn't escalate to, let's say, I think it was 2022 at Visions when Ryan Mayfield and what's his face, Ty Tessman got into it when they both for the first number one spot, and Ryan Mayfield got the shitty end of the stick. So as long as it doesn't escalate to that situation, because I personally think that Tater Sontag he's really quick on that track, along with the other guys, and I think he's a great driver. So because I just know that Tater's not that much of an aggressive driver, because I watch him a lot, and like I see he takes his time, like he's a 2-wheel drive buggy world champion we're talking about here. So
yeah, but that doesn't give him the right.
Drivers, they do. It doesn't
I'm
give
sure
them the
there
right.
are people that will argue that. I'm sure there are people that will argue that.
There is, and let them roast me in the comments. I'm totally fine with it. But I'm sure there's a lot of controversial there, and karma's gonna come around and probably blame in the ass for sure. We just have to wait to see next time.
I'm with Kevin Abbott on this.
But
I'm with him.
Yeah, but
Then you
he
stop shaping
was
for that gap.
he was on the inside, but he was behind Finster, and Finster had the line. Like Finster didn't go super wide. He
He
just
went wide enough. That's a gap.
but the way the truck was pointed, I don't know. I say it was a little. If that wasn't the last lap, I think it was a little too aggressive. And I'm one that doesn't. I'm one that thinks like stick it in there and go for it. Like I'm not. I I don't know. I put it this way. I could give a shit either way. Okay, but it was definitely
Exactly.
questionable. At the least, it was questionable.
Well, it caused Fencer not to get to that A final. That's what it done.
Well, there you go.
He won't do that again.
Exactly.
So
Right. I hope
Mike
he doesn't do
is
that again. I just hope it doesn't turn into that controversy. You know.
Mike is echoing exactly what I just said. So they know, and people that have been racing long enough, you keep that note in your head. You know who you're racing with, because you end up in the same mains with pretty much the same people at all these big races, and you know who you're racing against. In that specific situation, those two are keeping tabs, and it might not hurt Tater too bad, but it could also take him out of contention for a very big win. And at their level, they're racing for money. So
For sure.
It
All
could
the
take
money's on the
money out of
line.
his
That's
pocket.
why they act like that.
Yep.
I know. Just like at Vision.
Yeah, that
Hey.
was big money.
Hell, even sponsors could be on the line too. And even if the sponsors catch them driving dirty like that, they could pull them to the side, be like, please don't be driving like that. It's not good sponsorship.
Yep.
Hey,
So
you got to
it's
take
all
that gap.
the sponsors as
took it.
well.
Ain't changing my mind. That made for
Right.
exciting racing. He took
Yeah,
it.
I agree.
He took it.
Fuck
He got it.
Yeah.
He
Let's
got
go.
it.
Let's fucking
Whatever you
go.
have to do to keep the racing, I love it.
Let's
If
go.
it fuels the racing, if it creates controversy in the track, that would be the only reason why I would want to watch. So
Hell yeah. Well, Josh, thanks for calling. Thanks for listening, man. Thanks for participating too. We appreciate you.
See you later, Josh.
no
Thanks.
problem. And Lefty, keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. I
Later,
appreciate it. Kevin Abbott. I'm with you, dude. I'm with Kevin Abbott on this. I argued about this on the broadcast. Debated. I should say debated.
I'm impartial. I could care less either way.
It was just excited.
Yeah.
It was a good event. I had fun. And then
that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need that in RC. It can't all be follow the leader, blah, blah, blah. We've got to have some controversial shit like that. So
yeah,
good.
it was it makes for great talking points. And like you said, it will come back to Taylor at some point, somewhere where he will least expect it.
So I didn't watch that race, and Chris Harris says Tater cut him about 10 breaks a lap. At some point you get sick and tired of a guy not letting you by when you know you're faster, but he doesn't have to when it's for a bump spot either. So
I agree with Lance.
You
3 laps.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you get the 3 laps or whatever. I mean,
yeah, but the 3 laps leading up to this, he was trying to get by him cleanly.
The president of Roar says,
Absolutely.
like literally, the president of Roar says,
not all passes are clean, so that's okay. Ooh, touchdown.
No, don't put words in his mouth, Lefty. No, that's not what we're gonna do.
That's what that's me. It's okay. It's a go.
It's okay. Oh man,
no drama this year, like we had last year, which I completely missed.
Yeah, but all the drama was at the Euros, and you created it, evidently.
No, I didn't create anything. I don't know if there was any drama. I don't know what happened. I haven't talked to anybody. It seemed like it was a decent race.
I just find that so hard to believe because you're in the middle of all of it.
I didn't do anything. But Angaro, unfortunately, got docked a practice session, which was something.
Obviously, it didn't fucking matter.
No, he was going to be fast anyway.
He was going to be fast. If anything, he probably...
I don't think he had enough of a Canas, though, personally. Enough of a Canas.
Dude, Canas made 1 bobble in 45 minutes.
Same as Fenn, 1 bobble in nitro buggy. That's it.
Yeah. I mean,
I
that's
just got this new pit, Dylan Nelson. What's up with that?
what do you mean?
So Dylan Nelson's his new pit guy.
Well, I know he's been his new pit guy for a while
Right.
now, though. He's
So
doing
they got
pretty.
their first race to win.
Yeah. I mean, he was his pit man for Nats, and he was his pit man for didn't he pit him for DNC or not DNC, Silver State? I can't remember, but definitely Nats. But yeah, he's doing really good.
With him, so that's good. Probably what he needed, a steady mechanic. And I just was not surprised to find out it was Dylan Nelson. So
yeah, I mean, when I first heard, I was questioning it, like, okay, because I'd never really seen Dylan pit for anybody, especially at at the highest level. But I've watched him now between Nats and obviously this last weekend. He did a great job at Nationals. So I put my stamp of approval.
he raced too. He raced e-buggy, so he got a little feel for the track.
Yeah.
And it was good. I thought it was good. So good combination. I think he goes into the world to the confidence needed. Max is doing proper journalism and snowflakes better. Let him go, Lefty. People need to get used. Yeah, but I have to deal with it. So I'm at Indianapolis, and Angaro is calling me. Oh, I'm like on vacation and walking around Indianapolis, and Angaro is calling me. They're not calling Max. They need to call Max. So the debate about Taylor goes on. I'm not changing my mind.
You mean
it's in the books?
Wait, you got a vacation?
Yeah, but I went to Indianapolis.
Who in this industry gets vacations?
Not many. I'm trying to take one her after this till at least Monday. So I bet you can't. I was telling you this. I bet you no one on your podcast is going to come in and say, "Well, I spent the entire day watching cricket today," because that's what I did. From Bermuda, we have a cricket game, 2-day cricket game, and I watched it all day.
Why does cricket take 2 days?
That's what, 2 days, and it's still going to be a draw.
What? What is that? Yeah. Are you being for real right now?
Yes, it's going to be a draw. They play cricket for 5 days, and it's still a draw. What are you talking about?
Are you being for real right now?
Yes, so cricket.
It's bad enough watching soccer for 90 minutes for them to not have a score.
This is fun. Like, this is party time in Bermuda. So it's like 4-day holiday. And you have so everything starts Wednesday night, and then at the cricket game you have music, food, gambling, all this type of stuff. And then Saturday and Sunday you party. It's awesome. It's called Cut Match.
Cut Match?
Yep.
Jesus. Another sport I gotta watch just to see.
But it's awesome. It's it's fun. We used to do it a lot. And that's what I was watching. That's what I'll be watching tomorrow all day. On my phone, on my big screen. To watch a draw.
See, that makes no sense. But I was hoping that you were gonna get at least one of our crazy callers. I mean, obviously we still got time.
Nobody wants to hear from me. I'm sad.
Well, no, I doubt that. They watch your stuff every week, man. Like, that's the thing.
You got all these crazy people calling, and we just had Drew Singer. That's it. I mean, he is crazy. But
he is crazy. Out of all of them, I bet you he waited to come on and passed out as soon as he got off. And I also am willing to bet you all the money in my
Bermudian accent today.
I also bet you that all the money in my pocket that he doesn't go to Spain for Worlds.
Yep. He ain't good. He's going to Thailand, and poor Thailand. I feel sorry for them. What's up, Will Crow? How you doing, man?
Yeah, what's up, Will Crow? Crow family's good people.
Very nice people. Very nice people. Very nice people. My young friend Rogero done pretty well this weekend too. He up and coming racer from Florida. It was good. It was a lot of good racing. Now we take a break. And then back starts the whole racing season starts up again in September. Like big races, 8-scale races.
Yeah. What's after World? What's I mean, I know what I've got after Worlds, like in
You have
October.
Peach
But
State.
each state, yeah, into
You
September.
have 10 scale Euros right after the World too, which is in Jessica Paulson's track. You have your race Masters. You have Wicked. You have AMS, Carpet Champs, Fall Roll.
Hmm.
So
Busy couple months.
Fall Roll will be nice and cool, not hot.
Yes, Fall Brawl will be comfortable.
Which
Last
I
year
don't
was
mind.
like 450 entries, and we rebuilt the track each night like we did for Pro Am. It's
I
fun.
never seen a person happy to build a track as much as Lucas. He would just sit on that machine and drive around and drink that beer.
I think what he loves about like the Pro Am and the dirt that we have there at that arena is the fact it's a lot like motocross dirt.
Mhm.
It you have to rebuild it, but he enjoys it being almost like a new track every day. And to be completely honest, that was part of the appeal for me. I loved it too. Like every time you got on it, it changed, and then at the end of the day, it was reset for the next day.
It actually
So
grooved a bit in some spots this year. This trip. Right.
it did on Mains Day.
Mhm.
It did dry out a little bit on Mains Day. We had a ton of moisture in it all the way up until the last day. But yeah, it's just one of those it's a really unique dirt, and
It was
does it
good. It was a good event. I unfortunately we had a lot planned for the draft night, but we got rain. We thought it was gonna rain, so we kind of had to put it inside. So that was kind of rush, but we got it done. And I know there were some kids there that probably were upset that they didn't get picked, but that's kind of just how it goes, right? And it came
yeah.
down. I think Josie Patashal, Patashals and Stike Letters came to one point
Yep.
where they could have just had either person on Patashaw's team finished one position up, they would have won it. So it was good. I look forward. I think it's a good idea, and I have fun. I have fun. I love fun.
I in the reason why not as many people are getting drafted yet is because we need to get more pros there, or people running the pro class. I think the the call to do the 40 plus really helped. It added
Mhm.
another 5 or 6 entries into it, and actually the Padishaw entry was a 40 plus entry.
Yep.
And so for them to get that close to winning the overall in the nitro buggy class was awesome. But yeah, the concept is there, and the event grew 70 entries from last year to this year. So I think we're really close to next year it really showing a good growth, and could really turn into something. So, but Fall
Yep.
Brawl and that between those two races that we put on there, um, they're both the facility is great. The way that the dirt is, it's just unique. So, if you ever want to run a cushion with an RC car and you want to like be have roost and not wear out a bunch of tires, we have the place for you. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. I agree. I'm still waiting for somebody to just come out in some old school crime fighters and just keep it out there in the limb and let it use that to slay it on. Abbott. I like this. I think yes.
Well,
Not
I
over.
mean, it
Go
does
for it.
work with the English block, the European block there. Was it FIMCA? Well, no, what's the England block?
No, they do a so the UK they do a race called the MKGP, which is not a
MKGP.
which is not a Afro race or anything.
Oh, okay.
And they excuse me, they put that in a mall. That's the race Scotty does. It's pretty good. Pretty
Yeah.
good. I agree with Kevin Abbott on that one.
Okay, yeah. So Elite RC Productions posted a under the hood from Wicked Weekend, and it was noticed that now, and he's not the only one running it with the Mayfield engines, but Mayfield is running the 2141 Ultimate Racing pipe right now, and
Mm.
having some good success with it. So, Yeah, for sure. I think if it's a good pipe for people to try with any OS based engine. We know that they work on them, so you can try it with any Drake. The Ultimate obviously is what they're made for. The RMs, I'm sure any OS based, you can probably use it for tuning for sure.
We have sodium enriched salty Joe in her. It took him long enough. He was all day watching cricket too.
Well, you guys and your crickets. Clayton, I don't know. I haven't commissioned them, and I don't know if they actually have the weekend open. I need to talk to them. Problem is, it's not. The oval races aren't the highest grossing races, and to get it done, just got to see if it's worth it. But if it is, and or if I can get a sponsorship for it, and they have the date open, I would love to have Elite cover it and show the oval crowd what a good production is. So that's something that I have considered, but I need to talk with Danny and see if the weekend's open.
FX this weekend. Hold a race in a state fair of in the fall. Could be a logistics issue. Yeah, they do. But they go there and they set up a whole permanent. So the people that do that in that mall also have all their own stuff. So they have their own carpet, their own jumps, their own rostrum that they make. Right. So the club that puts that on has all the stuff it needs to put that track on, because they have a semi-permanent track. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they have to set that stuff up so they can transport all that stuff to the mall, set it up, and do it. So that's also why that works. It's not buying one-off stuff. They're actually using a club that has that stuff.
Yeah, so you need to be able to utilize somebody that has a track that's willing to move, transport all their stuff from their track, or build, and willing to spend the money to build new stuff and put it in that arena.
Mm-hmm. JV, you guys want to come to Mexico? Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I want to come to Mexico.
Buy my ticket.
I would go to their race down there and spend a week afterwards.
Mark Morrow's been trying to get me to go down there with Ricardo and Diego and all those guys for a while. And if it wasn't World's Year, I would be going down there in a couple weeks. But next year definitely is on my list of places to go.
Yeah, JV just went down there. He went to Ensenada, I think. So yeah, fun.
I would love to go down there.
JV.
Mexico. I got the great Paco Topeta who works for me, and I'd love to go down there and have him be my pit guy.
Yeah, Paco lives in further away from this track though.
He does. He lives in Oaxaca.
Yeah. So I guess the next
I would say it's a big no, AJ. He'll cry the blues about having to be there 2 weeks later.
Oh, for Masters.
Yeah. He'll say he can't go to both. Has to pick one.
He was at Wicked Weekend.
Yeah, 2 years in a row now.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. How about that guy becoming an ace scaler?
There was a lot of people there, new first big race. A lot of people from Florida. Like Justin Newby, who was traveling with him. Raymond Gaginski, who was traveling with us. Gabriel Santiago, Mike Hike. First time the guys get into a big race.
Nice.
So,
I mean, they had almost 750 entries. You know what I mean? That's a lot. You know.
Well, it's summertime and
it's awesome.
People are off.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm saying it's awesome. I'm stoked. Like I said, that's my favorite race time race. If there's going to be the biggest race of the year for Dave, that's the one I want it to be. I love that race.
Ryan Floyd, him and his son were there. Miller, good to see Miller off his walker and cane. His recovery is coming along pretty good. That's good to see. It was fun, man. There was so many. It was just good to see all the people there, right? You know, that's what I like. And good to see all of that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Lefty
calling in.
Someone's calling in. So
everybody calls in, and when I'm here, nobody calls in.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's no way to treat our guest, people. That is no way to treat our guest. I am highly upset and disappointed in our listenership who
I don't drink it.
What are you drinking anyway?
I'm drinking Chivas and ale.
What?
Yeah, Chivas and ginger ale.
Oh,
Right.
when you said ale, I thought you were like mixing liquor and beer together.
No. This is like
God.
Chivas whiskey and Sprite.
That sounds good.
It's very. Yeah, I like it. Kyle
Yoshi,
Herman, Stumpy Stump. What's up, Michael Lee Knight?
or
He'll-
also known as Yoshi.
Yoshi, like
Yeah.
from Super Mario.
Well, he called. He got his nickname because he called in and he was talking about a car brand, and he kept on saying Yoshi, but he was really talking about Kyosho. So he is forever known as Yoshi.
Got you. He was
What's-
calling it Yoshi. Will MacGyver and her.
Oh,
Donald
yeah.
Hayes.
What's up?
Bryson Dwyer. What's up, man?
What's up? You guys
Maybe there's some
are
questions
here.
in the chat. Some people don't feel like calling out.
That's all right. You know, people get stage fright, Lefty. Like they just.
Nah, they just don't want to talk to me.
Plus, we've got this bona fide RC star on here, and everyone's nervous to talk to you.
Me? No way. Lefty, when is your next trip to the Pacific Northwest? I would love to get there. I don't know when. I would love to get up to HRCR one day. That looks nice. The idols are putting a lot of money into that facility. Story of your life, Chris Harris. Yoshio.
I really don't know who he's talking about or to, because
Maybe
he's probably a few in right now.
Few Coors Lights in.
It's possible.
I like Coors Lights now.
Over what?
I mean, it's just if it's there, I'll drink it over.
You don't really drink a lot when you're at the track.
No, not like I used to. But I like the Coors Light. They're refreshing. I can't drink too many of them though. Too many. They're a little lighter than Modelo's. Lefty is not intimidating. We need Lefty at the ROC at the Rock. One day. That's another place.
I'll tell you how you get Lefty to the Rock. Real simple. You hire Lance.
Yeah.
And you hire Lance and Elite RC to come run the race up there one weekend, and Lefty magically appears.
That will be it. That will be it. Will McGovern says one Jack down. He must be drinking Jack Daniels. Coors Light is water. Pretty much. It's water with a little bit of alcohol in it.
McIver is at work doing quality control right now.
Oh, he can't be drinking Jacks.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know if he's at work. I'm just fucking with you, but he might be.
Oh.
He might be.
Are we still boycotting Bud Light? I don't still like the taste of Bud Light.
No, AJ, you can't boycott it because Kevin Abbott drinks it every night. So that would be like boycotting your boy.
Tim Lime swears on that stuff. Blah.
No, he doesn't just swear on it. Like it's in his blood.
That's a lot of Bud Light because that stuff's not got a lot of alcohol in it.
My savior, Davey Talent, he says that you should just move to the.
I can't afford to live in America, not off RC anyway.
No, it's tough.
I can afford to live down here off RC.
Maybe I need to move down there. I live like a king then.
Yeah, but you got to figure out how to live here. But yeah, it would be. I don't make. I work in RC. Everyone's like, yeah, you should do this, you should do that. I'm like, dude, I work in RC. I'm not gonna be able to do nothing. So IPA every day in the Northwest. I just mean how Lefty remember something. I forget people's names though. That's the problem. I remember little stories, but I'll forget your face and your name. So cut back on the burritos.
What are you trying to say, Davey?
Oh my God. We had Mexican food like the first 4 nights.
Yeah. You're talking about at Pro-Am?
No, at Wicked.
Oh, really? And Pro-Am.
Yeah.
And Pro-Am, the Mexican restaurant's the one to go to. It's right next to
it. We had
the problem is like the last night that Lucas and I were on Sunday night, and everyone's tearing down the track, and we waited too long to eat, and it was like 8:45. No. It was like 8. So we go over there and we walk in, and they're a little bit busy, and we're standing there waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, the server comes up and they say, we're closed. And I look back at the door and I say, well, the fucking door says 9 p.m. And they're like, well, we're just too busy right now. No shit.
Oh wow.
Kicked us out because they were too busy to serve us. Plenty of tables. I think they had like 5% of their tables full. They were in the weeds. It was the end of the fucking.
But you know what? They really have good food there.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey Lefty, we got a nightcap. I don't know who it is, but I'm hearing the little tip tack from DJ Bronze League in there on the ones and twos. So go ahead and bring them in, Roberto.
All right, caller, you're on the air.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Yo, what up? I'm piecing it together right now.
McIver, are you at work?
Nah, man, I got a new job. Lefty.
Doing what?
What are you
I'm
doing?
no longer a truck driver after 13 years.
Oh, I thought you were like IT or some shit.
Nah, I was a truck driver for like 13 years, man.
What are you doing now?
I do maintenance. Guess who my boss is?
No
Don.
idea.
Donald Elliott.
Ah, I got it.
Way. So you're gonna get off for RC races, no problem.
No problem.
No,
We're
he's-
scheduling everything around it.
He's gonna have to work. He's gonna have to work because Don's gonna be RC racing. Someone's got to
Exactly.
cover that shit.
Hey, I do though. I got a baby on the way.
Oh, congrats,
Oh,
man.
wow.
I'm getting all the hours I can. I'm not messing around.
So you're
That's
working with the infamous Don Elliott.
Don's the man, though.
Yeah.
If there's a race
But like
going
I
on,
said,
he's
I'm trying to
racing
get a
there.
little extra overtime too because I got the baby on the way and stuff like that. So he'll be here in December.
So
That's awesome,
Don
man.
is your boss. Does he earn the business?
Nah, we
Boss
work for a company.
All right. As long as you're happy.
Yeah, we work for a management company.
Well, that's awesome.
Donald ain't missing no
Yeah,
racing.
yeah,
Absolutely
life's
not.
good. And that reminds me, man. A lot of my life is based around RC. Everything I do, own, people I know, my friends, my family. At my wedding, it was like 90% RC people. RC, like my acquaintances and friends and family from the tracks and all the years of racing.
Yeah, it's a tight knit family, man. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Wicked weekend was good. It was great to see everybody. I missed you, Brent. I hope everything's all good.
I appreciate that. All good, man. I missed being there. I missed everybody and duking it out and throwing some sliders and taking people out.
Yeah, it was
The
good.
party was pretty good. The racers did what they could do.
You're the only one that said the party was pretty good. I really feel bad I hate putting my name on something that wasn't just over the top. So
Yeah, we did last year. That's for sure.
Oh, last year was freaking like a rave almost. It got to the point.
Nah, last year's going to be hard to top for sure.
No. Hold my beer.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay.
McIver.
We're coming in hot next year.
McIver,
Coming in hot. I'm
cool to
coming
see
in hot.
everybody there. Oh, sorry. It is cool to see everybody at the race. That's what I was telling Brent. It was people from all over. And
yeah, it was great. This one I think had more international presence than any in the past, right?
Yeah, than any Wicked Weekend. It was good.
Yeah, this one had the most international presence, I think.
Mm-hmm. It was good. I didn't hear too many people. Like everything kind of went smooth. I don't know if there were hiccups. I once I get in my area, I don't really pay attention too much. I don't really know what goes on. He's not my puppy anymore. Oh boy, who's got the wheel and trigger?
That was me last year at Georgia.
David.
I had that bet with Lobos, and he didn't hold up his side of the deal. He's actually supposed to be calling me daddy until the next time we race. So what happened was, if he beat me at Peach State last year, which he did, I had to call him Poppy until Fall Brawl. And And then at Fall Brawl, we were going to race again. And then when we raced, whoever lost there, the bet continues. Well, he decided not to show up to the Fall Brawl. So he, by default, should be calling me daddy until the next time we race. So he's a punk.
Ever Lobos. Oh, man. He made Danny so mad at Wicked Weekend. And he's from Guatemala.
Oh, yeah.
He plugged into like the same plug as Danny and shut down our. Oh my god! I've never seen Danny get so angry. He was like,
I got Lolo so in trouble last year at Peach State. He wanted to go out on the track and he got there late and people just got done practicing. And I was like, oh yeah, you can go out and practice. It's not a big deal. Like, everyone, people were just doing it.
oh yeah, I
He's
remember
like,
that.
really? And I was like, yeah, just fucking go out there and practice. So he goes out there the next morning. Lance knew someone was out there practicing because he leaves his computer on. And it was Lobos was all over the fucking screen, and he was about to get disqualified and sent home. I literally had to go to Lance, be like, no. I did that. Like, but literally I got him almost kicked out of there.
Hey, he plugged in his compressor and it shut down all our stream. And it took
Oh no way!
it took Danny like 20 minutes to figure it out. He's like, Lefty, he's got his headset on, so he's talking to me. That Guatematico. I was like, who? Are you calling yourself? Because that's what he calls himself, Guatematico, like a Guatemalan. Ever. He plugged in and because it blacks out everything, right? So we had just started getting going. Views were coming in, and then boom, done.
Oh
man. Danny was upset at Ever.
Yeah, that's funny. Lance says he's on there. He's on the shit list right now. I'm gonna keep him on that shit list too. Anytime I can get him in trouble with Lead RC, I'm going to do it. That
man, it was bad. I was angry too.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry. We got to figure it out.
Well, Will, thanks for calling in, man.
I did have a question
go ahead.
for Lefty. If that's all right.
What up, Bill?
So, Lefty, I know, what do you think about Tebow doing the whole, coaching thing and giving away free spots to, spread a little bit of knowledge out there? Is that something that you can see some more pros doing in the future? I mean, what do you think?
Did he give away free spots?
What's a free spot?
Now you pay for the spot, but
no, I think
he knows the stuff, so I think it's worth it. I mean, look at the results. I think everyone.
I don't think a pro driver can do it when he's racing. I don't think a pro driver can do it when he's racing. He can do it when he's not racing.
No.
But I think it's cool. I think he makes some money, which we all need to make some money. I think he needs to charge a little bit more. I talked to him about it. He said he did 4 at Silver State, and it was just too much. So he just did it with 3.
Gotcha.
But I think if I watched him, I saw him on the stream, he was attentive to all 3 people, and he is helping a lot of people. And I think if that gets him to the races and he can still be a part of it, I think all that coaching stuff, it's coming. I think there's going to be coaching. I think there's going to be.
Could you see that
all that stuff coming.
Step for pros?
Yeah, I think a lot of stuff.
Right.
I think a lot of stuff. Yeah. So.
I think it's awesome. I mean,
yeah.
I look at the results. I mean, Maddie learned a ton at that race, and that other guy, he was on the podium as well that he helped.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think he could charge more because people obviously you got a mechanic, you got a pit man, and you got help. You got some coaching. So time costs money, and he's got to make money at these events, right? So if that makes him money.
Well, I don't think it's any different than if you were to pay someone to privately coach your kid for baseball or swimming or any other professional sport of some sort. I don't see it any different than that, actually.
No.
Yep, but he'll be the one because he's retired.
I feel like Tebow's testing the waters right now, and I think it's amazing to see it working and everything kind of growing as it is. It's it's evolving on its own, I think.
Yeah, I think he's in a position to do that too. So he's retired early. Awesome. He's retired early, where he can probably still go out there and be somewhat competitive. But he says he has no wish to race, and he can still be a wealth of knowledge to somebody and help. He said he wants to work
Oh,
with
absolutely.
people too. Work with fast people. Josh,
Well, I mean, if you're going to pay for something, you want to take advantage of it, right? So obviously, you're going to put a dollar value on it where someone's going to take it serious because he's taking it serious and he knows what it takes to take it serious. So I think the value's there.
all right.
Yeah, well, it's
I
only
agree.
worth what people will pay for it, and then it's only worth to the knowledge of the person that's offering it. So, someone like Tebow, world
Exactly.
champion, and someone that's willing to do it,
Yeah.
people will probably pay for it.
Yeah.
But if I tried to do it, I wouldn't be able to.
Nah, that's not really worth it.
Right, and it all
I'll
comes
help you out at the clubs and stuff. We'll get you going.
exactly.
But I don't know what he knows.
Exactly.
I don't know what it takes to do what he does. Not even a chance. So,
I think he's going to be busy. I think he's going to be busy at races.
yeah,
I agree.
I think so because I mean, there's a lot of really stacked families out here that are looking for that extra edge, and
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. If my kid picks it up, you know who I'm calling. I mean,
Sure.
you'd be stupid not to. You'd be stupid not to if this is what your family and your kid is good at. You'd be stupid not to do it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
For
I didn't
real.
get a
I mean,
chance
it's
to
gold.
talk to.
Absolute gold.
I didn't get a chance to talk to the Rusty or Stacy or Mad Maddie this weekend to ask them about how it's going. So I will at the next one how it
Yeah.
went and see what they learned.
Her results were pretty dang good. So with the stacked intermediate
Absolutely.
racing, I'd
Stacked
say that it was probably worth it to them. And
Yeah.
they're the kind of people that are smart enough and into it enough that even if it's just that one time, they probably learned enough to help them stay up where she's at. So
Exactly.
some people it might take a
Exactly.
couple
Like I said,
times.
it was worth every penny.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
For sure.
Lefty, what do you think about
Yeah,
Kyle's
good stuff, man.
comment? His question.
I asked him. We talked about Cole earlier. I think I don't know, man. I don't think he wants to do it anymore sometimes.
Well, look, man. Imagine this. Imagine you're a kid, right? And you come off the driver's stand. You're so upset that you didn't win, and then you spend your whole childhood trying to win. Okay, your whole childhood. That's all you want to do is just beat these guys, right? And then you finally you get there, and it's like, damn, I made the A-Main at Worlds, and I'm up here, but I really didn't go to the playground that much. I really didn't go on all the dates I wanted to go on. I didn't really go see those movies I wanted to go see. I think that's where Cole's at now. He didn't have that life, and he's just, when you're a life of a pro traveling racer, I imagine it kind of like a truck driver. You're away from home 4 weeks at a time. You come home for a few days and then boom, you're back at it again. Right.
Sure.
So
I agree.
When he didn't really have a life and he wants to chill and party with his friends and go hang out. I get it. I think that's he wants to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, I get that.
I get that. When you're under contract, you don't get to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I get it. I totally get it. And what's funny is me, if I had just a pinky worth of his talent, I'd use every inch of that motherfucker. I wouldn't even back down. I'd chase it until I could get it all, but
sure.
I get it, man. It's tough being up top. I mean, you're constantly rebuilding and refreshing and resetting your mind, car, body, whatever, constantly every week, every day, probably, I assume, right? Just to stay sharp and focused, to stay on that edge, to have that extra grunt in the in that corner, that extra little, I can chase him down. If you watch these guys, I mean, when you come down to a 32-1 and a 32-2 and a 32-1 and a 32-2, it's like, where's that extra 32 flat? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta want it bad, man, to do that.
And he's just tired of using it, I guess.
I didn't see that this weekend.
No, he wanted to hang out. He wanted to chill, and I don't blame him one damn bit. I mean,
maybe it's just gonna go.
I didn't have a childhood, I'd want to go hang out too.
He's just gonna go do real world stuff. We'll see. Very talented. Very
Yeah,
talented.
I think that's it.
Very talented.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't regret anything. He just wants.
Oh,
I think
Looks like we lost.
well, interesting. Well, I will say this, on a night like we're having, lots of questions. We could debate that over and over, and I don't want to put words in his mouth. I know Cole, like I said, on a personal level. I love him. He's a good dude. I'm part of his program. I'd hate to see him go, but I would also understand. So, no matter what he does, I hope he sticks around. But he was great, and he had a lot of moments of greatness.
He brings also excitement to RC, right?
He does. He
He
does.
brings excitement to it.
His
And,
personality and character is kind of unmatched right now.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of missing. We didn't have that this year at Wicked Weekend. He was there, but there was no scatter action. There was nothing. It was very quiet on that scene this year.
yeah.
So it's unfortunate because I like that stuff.
Well,
it makes
maybe 1 year like he's having right now, where kind of like he's deflated and the whole HB thing went down, and maybe he just needs like a chilled rest of this year, and he comes back swinging. I mean, who knows?
Dude, I
Who
get it.
knows?
I just spent 3 weeks on the road. I'm ready to chill out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know.
JW Smart, he was with me in the chat a lot this weekend.
Well, JW, what's up, brother? Appreciate you tuning in. Anybody that just got in late, I seen a few people said they got in late. I will get this posted up tomorrow.
RC Kevin.
It'll be on YouTube as soon as we get done to rewatch, but I'll get it posted up on the podcast website and stuff like that. So, but man, it's been fun, Lefty. I'm glad that that you came in and finally hung out with me. And I wish Chase was here so he could have had the full dynamic. But
I'm surprised he didn't even pop in the chat to say hello.
Yeah. I mean, he's like he said. He told me he was busy, so I'm hoping. We got a lot. Me and him, we've been working a lot together for on other stuff. So I'm hoping that hoping everything's good. I know that he was going through some stuff family wise and moving around and doing some things. So hopefully he's just settling in. But I'm sure he'll be back in 2 weeks. Our pre-Worlds. I know that I've been talking to him. I'm going to be doing a vlog like I did last Worlds, and just trying to kind of get things in motion, figure out what I'm going to do. Maybe we'll do a podcast from there. So working.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing this next month is planning all of that, what I have to do. Taking some time off so I can recharge. And I'm laughing at Lance comment. I spent 3 weeks on the road, 3 weeks sleeping on the road. I drove too. I don't
know about that.
I did. I pulled the trailer to Lake Wakama, and I pulled it to Wicked Weekend.
Well, I think everyone owes Lefty a round of applause for not sleeping. Yes, good job, Lefty.
I slept when we left Indianapolis, though. I slept almost the entire night.
That's good. All right, let's fucking go, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm getting home. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I do want to let Lefty, I appreciate you. I want to let everyone know I've got a new drop coming out tomorrow. Paul Wynn podcast coming out tomorrow from Nationals. It's a little bit late, but I've been real busy. So I've got no excuses, but that's my excuse. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, watching, commenting. Thank you, Lefty. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, everybody, for the support. I appreciate it.
Thank you for everything that you do for RC, man. I mean,
I appreciate it.
Whether it's TMZ or whether it's knowledge, man, I love it. It's good to have you around, and it's always fun. It's always fun seeing you. So
I appreciate it.
All
Thank
right,
you.
let's call it a night, everybody.
Good night,
Thanks, Robert.
everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Hey, everybody, wish Robert a happy birthday on this Saturday. He is going to be turning a big
Oh,
32.
no, 32.
32. What?
He's
Are you
young.
kidding me? I feel like you were just fucking 20 something the other
I
day.
He's
wish.
young.
Holy shit. Happy birthday to big 32-year-old Robert DJ Bronze League coming up this Saturday.
Wish
And
I was 32
yeah,
again.
everybody have a kick-ass weekend. Make sure you go and support these guys that are, if you're in the area, these people going to Worlds, go out there, spend an entry fee. Most tracks are donating this money to these kids to go to Worlds. I know where I'll be. I'm doing one of them. But it's a big deal. It could be the only one that they go to. So hopefully not, but it could be. So let's just support them and lift them up, man. They're going to be supporting our block and our country.
Absolutely.
So
Beast
here we
racing's
go.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Love it.
All
Love
right. Peace out.